So the truth is this heat wave is actually a power wave to activate the DNA, and the science and spiritual communities, or the New Age movement, are masking themselves as the ultimate truth. And true spirituality actually rests in the DNA and is activated by the blood and light frequencies. And this is why I teach it is so important to realize the self before all else. The agenda of the melanin lacking individuals, the one that they've set, is ruining our divine systems. And confusion is delusion, and delusion is disconnection, because true spirituality was the reality of our honorable ancestors. Connection between the sun, melanin, blood, and DNA are the ultimate truth. The UV, the ultraviolet rays, activate chemicals within the skin, and this main chemical is called melanin. Sunlight triggers production of vitamin D, which in turn has been shown to reduce the risk of and development of certain types of cancers like breast, colon, prostate, lung cancer. Sunlight exposure, this is a scientific fact, reduces cancer by more than 50% and has been known to reduce types of cancers because of the creation of vitamin D. Please hear me and understand that science is a measurement of life. It is not the one-all, be-all rule. Science does its best to measure life according to situations and circumstances. And if you are wise enough to know, you know that your flow differs from the next man's. Situations and circumstances are forever changing. Please stop using science as an ends to a mean, as the definite thing, because it's not. So research has shown that melanin can activate as a switch between metal electrodes, turning them on and off under different applied voltages. And scientists are still trying to figure out the connection between melanin and how it influences electronics that surround it, which actually power them to work, if you didn't know that. It is a highly versatile molecule that is also soft and readily manipulated. It's super important when it comes to electronic devices. It is used in modern day biotechnology for like sensors, biointerfaces, and other devices that have been implanted into the body, aka nanotechnology. Melanin, wherever it is found, wherever it is, it will always have the same biological function, which is energy production. Melanin is a naturally occurring conjugated polymer that is composed of different structural subunits over the visible spectrum that implicates different applications, which that means it acts as a semiconductor for light harvesting and light detection. It is so important in relation to hydration. It acts as the electronic protonic conductor. And scientists have shared that they have no idea how to precisely measure this mechanism, the charge transfer, the hydration of dependence, and the continuance that has been tapped into and utilized by melanin-based devices, which have been performing a variety of roles in science, from humidity sensors to pH detectors to, like I said, biological systems that are being used in electronic devices. So I need everyone to understand that melanin is beyond human comprehension. That is why certain people are being suppressed. And listen to this. I'm about to quote Arturo Solis Herrera. Melanin, luminous energy, becomes chemical energy. Melanin is 1,000 times more efficient than chlorophyll, as it absorbs all the electromagnetic spectrum. This is from radio waves to gamma rays, while chlorophyll just absorbs the extreme visible light, like the blue and red lights that are used here. In addition to that, unlike chlorophyll, in which the dissociation of water is irreversible, melanin the dissociation in the water molecule is reversible, meaning that melanin transforms liquid water in gas and vice versa. And I'm going to post here the meaning of that in a chemical compound perspective for all of those who are advanced in chemistry. And for every 2 molecules of water that is reformed, 4 high energy electrons are generated by what we obtain energetically during this dissociation process, and also the reformation of the water molecule. So part of the energy that is released as a result of the dissociation of the water molecule is captured by the hydrogen molecule, which carries it. So since the hydrogen molecule is not combined with the water, it moves through it. And in the case of the cell, which grows through the cytoplasm, it allows for the water and the energy to be reached up into the last corner of the cell. So basically, breaking this down for you guys, melanin releases energy in a symmetric form in all directions by a way of growing energy spheres that differ between them in regards to concentrations of hydrogen and oxygen and water molecules, which are reformed with high energy electrons. So the spheres grow themselves. They're separated right here so you can see the clarity of what I'm trying to convey to you. Melanin is able to transform light into chemical energy, and this has been accepted by all the first world countries and their patent offices, which it leaves no doubt about the validity of this information that I'm trying to convey to you and share with you. Still, it is to understand how it uses the eukaryotic cell in such a dynamic way in regards to the hydrogen, the electrons, and the water dissociation. Scientists can't even explain this extraordinary, intricate capability of melanin and its ability to transform light into chemical energy. And I'm going to use hibernation as a basis for this. So if you don't know by now, winter is not natural. It's not natural. It shouldn't be experienced in the certain countries that's experienced in. So in 1914, it was reported that the content of the liver of melanin, it was stable during the winter months in amphibians, and this has to do with morphological and functional changes of certain types of cells during that annual cycle, right? So what I'm trying to explain to you is that energy production being the main role of melanin in living organisms, having to go into this state of like hibernation during the winter months, they found that certain animals are able to obtain 40 to 200% more melanin. So the capacity of melanin transforms light energy into chemical energy during the cold and low light seasons in order for the physiological state of a being to be supported cellularly at its lowest level. So the main source of the chemical energy, even though melanin absorption is being decreased, the production rate that is still producing is seriously unfathomable to scientists. They cannot figure it out. Melanin cannot be destroyed. It can be tempered, which is, like I'm saying, why we have these cold months, why so many people experience depression. The skin, oh my goodness, you should see my skin and like how I felt before I came into this wisdom during the cold months. It was all set up, and this is why I talk about spirituality at the beginning of this video, because there are entities here, there are beings here that do not belong here, and they have put Earth into a climate, into a state physiologically, so from the mental into the physical, to impact and influence the spiritual, to keep us just suffering, depressed, disconnected, But I'm not here for that shit, and I'm not going to keep promoting it. I hope that this message did not go over your head. I hope that the images that I showed you and this chemical formula that I showed you and my explanation, if you need me to break it down even further, I mean, I don't think I can possibly do that. I think I just broke it down to the lowest level of comprehension that I possibly could. Melanin cannot be destroyed. Melanin is the basis of all life here on Earth. Melanin is the basis of all light here on Earth. And that's my piece. Let me move my cup. I'm sending you so many blessings and bliss your way. Peace, guys.